I'm Prajwal.
I'm Ananya.
So I'm basically we both are basically from Mysore, and we are here working. I'm working for a company called Cloudera, and she is working for a company called Marak. So we bought our property in 2022 in Sobha Silicon Oasis. I mean, since this is our first property, we wanted everything to be perfect with the best quality. So that's what we were looking for, with the best interior design and the aesthetics and also the practicality. So that's where when we we came up with we had a whole bunch of ideas, and then we met with this design deck team VM Mane Enterprises. So
we were into details. Even while searching for the property, we were looking for, more detailed about the property, like not having extra walls or good finishing in the property. So as we looked, while planning for the interiors as well, we looked for the same. We wanted to have good finishing for the interiors, especially kitchen and wardrobes.
I mean, we were we don't wanted to compromise with the quality of the materials that we were using. So that was the main thing that we were looking for, and on top of it, of course, the aesthetics and the practicality of the designs that we that we were implementing. So we met with this team, a pretty beautiful team. So that's when we started our the designing and the initial phase, the first phase of the interior designing. And we are pretty thankful for them, having such a great patience. I don't know how many times we reiterated the design. So every time we used to call them or meet them, so it used to be a new design. And the best part was we were still in Mysore, and the team was based out of Bangalore. So we couldn't visit them every time and give them the design. So we used to provide them, send the YouTube links or Instagram links, wherever fancy we find. So we used to just send them and ask them, we want this, we want that. And I don't know, maybe I can say n number of times we have reiterated the design, and all the times they were very patientful and very helpful in bringing up the the design of our need. And also any company they can just push for anything we ask for, when it's our first home, and without any prior experience of doing the interior designs, whenever we ask for something fantasy, there will be a whole lot of fantasy that we come up with, but they were always thoughtful and giving us the suggestion, the practical use. You can have so many designs in it, but does that practically make any sense for you? If not, then they used to suggest, this may not, it might look fancy, but practically speaking, it doesn't make any sense. It's just you are spending some extra money, but it doesn't make any sense for your practical use. So these were the great suggestions for us, which we even considered. They heard us throughout the thing, till we finalize. Yes, this is what the design we want. And for every the iterations we used to come up with, they used to send us the design, on the papers. Yeah, this is how what you are looking for looks like. So that was the most they made us feel very comfortable. And yeah, as I already told, so most of the times, even though if we are not coming to Bangalore because of our prior commitments, they used to make sure to have a continuous communication with us, asking us this is what what you guys are actually looking for. And that was also a smooth sail. So we don't had to visit every time to the office and talk to them, and that they avoided that. So whenever we used to visit, so they used to make sure whatever we had asked for, that was ready on the papers. So that was our initial phase with the design. And also the timeline. So we were running like strict timeline. So we wanted to get this done as soon as possible, because like we had our own office pressures to come back to office, and we don't want to rent a home even though we having our own home. So it was like almost 45 days to the max, like 60-day time down, which they made sure completed within the time.
They made us so comfortable working with them, and I think they gave us what we were looking for. We were looking for the interiors which had a good finishing, and also
The quality of
quality
materials.
of materials, and nothing was compromised.
And the best part was like like when you start any interior work, or like if you are doing something for your home, it's the expectation that like the owner of the property has to keep visiting the property every now and then to make sure like everything is like going smooth without any issues. But I don't know, like they started like they took 2 months, and within the span of 2 months we visited only once, or at the max twice. And every like 2 days or 3 days once, we used to get an updates, like the pictures of basically like what is happening, and like all the measurements were like just marked using the like the tapes. So like it was not something we had to imagine on our minds. So like for okay, like this is the measurement of like your wardrobe, so this is the space that gets occupied. They used to completely mark with the tapes. That was a fantastic thing, even though it sounds like a small thing for anyone who is like concerned about like how the like okay, we have taken like so much of good designs and like fantasy things, but how would the space would like look like. So they made sure they taped all the measurement, all the measurements were taped, and like gave us the like the virtual like the design. So this is how your wardrobe like will consume the space. So that was one of the like thing which I liked the most. Like they made sure like like our design was like it was pretty good, like more than what we had given them, like the expectation. So like on the final day when they were like handing off to us, like when they gave us like most of the people, our guests, doesn't felt like it was something like built after the building. So everyone thought it was inbuilt, so it was done during the like the construction of the flat itself. So that's how the like finishing of the puja room, and all the like the different components like the wardrobes and everything. So they were so good, and including our guests were like so happy with like the design, or like the like the use of materials, and the like the finishing. So we are so happy with the like all the work which they have done for us. I feel like even others have the like have to experience their work. So it would be really great even for the customer, and to have such a good team of like good people.